All right. How y'all doing? Hey, Winchell is on duty. I like that. I like that. On duty shipmate. Thank you there, shipmate. Good to hear from you as well. And see, unfortunately, I wanted to do this. So stand by and let's get this stuff started correctly. All right, how you doing out there, folks? This is the You Don't Know Jack About Sports show, and it's always great to, and this is what I wanted to do last time. I wanted to have some intro music, and hopefully that came over, and it didn't sound bad. I was going to say I got to get my speakers, my Bose speakers up, but one thing at a time. It's actually really killing me. No, okay, I shouldn't say really killing me. That's a bit of an overstatement. But it is really hard for me to do all of the different things I need to do. I had to clean up one room, and went in the process of cleaning up one room today, I got another room cleaned. But wow, it's this move is taking a long time, especially when you have to work weekends to make up for days that you missed during the week. But enough of that. Enough of that. Obviously, for those that have not seen me, and by the way, thank you for those that have come over and are watching me over on the Facebook page, on the regular J Captain Jack Rackin page. I figured I'd do something different tonight and go over on that page. What I am going to do is I'm going to let you know that I have 199 subscribers on YouTube. 199. You do the math. Need one more to get to 200. And then once we get to 200, I really think that if everybody goes and just grabs one person and said, hey, go to the page, because again, during football season, I'm not going to be doing the shows on Facebook because, like I said, I'm going to have one camera, and I'm not going to be able to do the shows on Facebook. I'm doing them on YouTube, so hopefully everybody will go over. And as you can see, we got the good camera on tonight on YouTube. It was just a matter of getting, jiggling the wires. Hopefully the music came in good. I wanted to make sure that I have some promo music. In fact, Ed Winchell, you surprised me being on duty right at the top of the hour. Thank you there, shipmate. So you get the prize. Now, here's the other thing. And this is not an overstatement. Let me get through. Cab's voice is going in and out. Okay, Jerry D, as stated, the camera here on Facebook is a camera that is a backup camera, okay? It's not my best camera, and that's what the volume is, or that's what the sound is here on Facebook. If you want the best sound quality and your best picture, please come over to YouTube. The YouTube channel is listed right up above in the information about the show tonight. Please come on over to YouTube. You'll get a better picture. You'll get a great sound because you're going to get it on road. And by the way, when I get all of my things done, I'm going to have my boom mics attached. So we're going to get some really good sound. And the road obviously will be with me when I do the shows on the road. No pun intended. So please, I got you. I understand that the sound quality is not the greatest on here on Facebook. Please come to YouTube. That's where the sound and the picture quality is at. But thank you there, Jerry, for making sure that we got T-Rob, we got Big L, Jessica Mayer. Also, Raul has the good one on YouTube. See, Chris Lentz knows. Chris Lentz knows. Thank you there, Chris. How about those Phillies, Chris? Yeah, Ed, the room, actually, I haven't really started it. Here's the thing. I don't want to turn the camera around because the room out here still looks like a mess. But what I needed to do is I needed to have some props up here so that it didn't look so damn bare. So trust me, it'll look really nice when it's done. Now, when I do the doubles with Big L, when Big L comes in here, all of these things over here, they're probably not going to be here because we're going to run a two-man crew. And this is where Big L's going to sit. And he'll have his computer. And he'll have his space here. So we'll have myself and Big L doing a two-man screen. And Big L will be over here. Now, when we do a three-person screen, that's when it's going to be interesting if we ever get to a three people, and that's three people in the room. But then when I do my duos and I have a guest, obviously the guest will be here as well. But yeah, thank you there, Ed. And again, thank you for everybody for joining in tonight. And be sure to come on over to YouTube because, again, that's where I know the best picture and sound quality is on YouTube. I know it is. Trust me on that. Everybody does not subscribe on. I understand that, Bob. I understand that, and I try to at least accommodate folks on Facebook. But like I said, if you want to see the best quality in video and sound, please come to YouTube. That's all I can say. Please come to YouTube. For those that are not paying attention, I was going to do my bottom line up front. And that's what we're going to be doing that. We'll have to do showing a guy can get down there. Yeah, Tampa Bay Canes Raiders. So that's got to be TB Raiders Canes. Is that that's got to be Tommy Beard? If Tommy Beard comes in, yeah, he can come in here. Tommy Beard's a big dude. What, he's like 6'9"? So he might come over, and his head might come over the top of where my pirate is there. And again, yeah, I know, Bob, that not everybody goes to YouTube. But please, if you can, go to YouTube, Bob. I'll make it worth your while. The Lightning, and this is my bottom line up front. I'm getting ready. Not quite yet, Jared. Not quite. 1 second. Let me do my bottom line up front. First off, you can't start the show. You can't start the show without saying that, wow, Tiger Woods just kicked some ass today. So congratulations to Tiger Woods winning his, I want to say his 15th major, which does make him obviously number 2 behind Jack Nicklaus's. I think Jack had 18. So I think he's 3 behind Jack. So congratulations to Tiger Woods, kicking ass, taking names. And the best thing about Tiger is that he's a Raiders fan. So that's awesome. So congratulations to Tiger. Armando, thanks for being on Facebook. Please come over to YouTube. The YouTube channel is listed up above. Sarah Lely is there. Lucy Felix. Everybody else, if you can, please come over to YouTube. The channel is listed right above. Subscribe to YouTube. I think I had 199 subscribers So I don't know who's going to be 200, but be 200. And then when you're 200, get everybody else over here. Trust me. Second portion of the bluff, the bottom line up front, is, and we were talking about it a little bit ago, in hockey, okay? The Lightning are getting embarrassed the first two games out. This is the President's Cup winners getting their asses handed to them by, I don't want to say a lowly Columbus team, but obviously when you tie for the amount of wins that you have in a season as an NHL record, I believe it was 62. When you have 62 wins and you're the President's Cup winners and you play like ass the first two games, and then you're getting beaten today in Columbus, now 2-1. You know, the Blue Jackets last year beat Washington on the road, but the Capitals went and just waxed them 4 in a row. If I believe that's correct. Tommy Beard will let me know if that's wrong or not. But again, Columbus is playing like they are the best team in hockey, not the Lightning. So that is playoff hockey. Okay, now wait a second. Now I want to make sure I preface this, Jared. Okay, I want to make when you say you is not me. The Lightning were 32-7 at home this season, the best home record in the NHL. I'm not a you. First off, a you is a female ram. Okay, I got you, Jared. If everybody should know that my favorite team are the Flyers. Okay, I'm rooting for I'm rooting for the Lightning because I've met a lot of their players. Kucherov, Vasilevsky, Hedman is a great guy. So when you know them, I mean, I used to couldn't stand the Lightning because they beat my Flyers years ago when they won their cup. But I've gotten to know the Lightning players here, and they're really good people. So I'm rooting for them if my Flyers are not in. So yes. The Lightning down 2-1 right now. It's the third period, 13:45 to go. We'll see if they can come back and win because they need to win both of these games in Columbus. So that's the second portion of the bottom line up front. And then we're going to go to this, okay? 2 more items. Let's not forget that it's also NBA basketball. And the 2 wildest games yesterday were the Nets beating the Sixers in Philly, and then the controversy of their backup center, I can't remember what the kid's name is, playing with his cell phone while the game was in progress. He wasn't dressed. He wasn't going in there, but the fact is that they caught him on camera. The thing is that he's next to Joel Embiid, who is their primary center, and that he's messing him up during the game, okay? And yes, Stamkos is a great guy, Jared. He is. I haven't met him, but I've heard a lot of people that actually do know Stamkos. But again, the Nets beating the Sixers, and then also another, what do you call it? There was another upset. It was 2 upsets. It was I know it was the Raptors there you go. The Raptors got beat by the Orlando Magic. I should have wore my Orlando Magic jersey, but like I said, I've been working in the rooms getting them squared away and prepared. So that's another good thing. So basketball is upon us, and you know it's great that San Antonio beat Denver. That was a slight upset. I mean, numbers wise, yes, but again, basketball is basketball. That's why I don't really watch basketball. I don't watch basketball until it's the conference finals because I can really care less, honestly. But that's it. And then finally, got to plug my Phillies. a wild game today. The Marlins, who are the worst team in the National League East, gave the Phillies all that they can have. They kicked their ass yesterday, and it was like 10-1 or something ridiculous like that. The Blazers won against but OKC wasn't playing. I kind of saw bits and pieces of that game. So again, wild. I don't say super wild, but some unique upset games. But then that's why it's a best of 7 in basketball. I really don't care about until the conference finals, because again, you got to win 4, and it takes more to win 4 in hockey than it does in basketball. In my mind, there's a more ebb and flow in basketball. So there you go. See who else has joined us here on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, thank you for coming here on Facebook. Please come over to the YouTube channel. You're going to get better sound quality, because Jerry D was telling me that the sound quality wasn't the greatest. Again, it's the sound quality out of this camera right here. It's my backup camera. Please come over to YouTube. Best sound quality on YouTube. What more can I say? And better video too. Aside from the last video we had where my camera wasn't synced in, I just had to kind of jimmy jam the wires to make sure that they were together. So we got it. So now that we did the bottom line up front, okay, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to put on, there it is. The phone line is on. Okay. If you want to call in, the line is open. 813-699-0834. 813-699-0834. Line is open. Anybody can call in. It's definitely a great day to talk sports. I got all this on. Okay. I got my boy Jared. How you doing? Good to see you. What's going on with you? Okay. Somebody's kicking. I'm gonna have to turn my other phone off. Jared, can you hear me?
I can hear you fine, Captain Jack.
Okay.
How you doing?
Thank you. Let me turn my other phone to sound down, so this way it won't be double sounds there. 1 second there, shipmate. I apologize. I like to have my phone on. This way I know when people, in case I can't see them, I can at least hear them and they can show them. So let me get the ringtone is down, medium down. Okay, we are good to go. Talk to me, shipmate. What's going on in Pittsburgh, as they say?
Well, Pittsburgh is right now a depressed city, however, with their hockey team down 0-3 and could be swept out the door Tuesday night against the Islanders. That's what's going on. However, I
was going to say we do have a Jimmy Farrell, who I'm sure is going to call in tonight. Jimmy Farrell is my resident Islanders fan, really good guy. So I'm sure that he'll let you know everything you want about that. But wow,
the Isles are playing good. Yeah, the Isles are playing good right now. What can we say? And like you said about the Masters today, I mean, Tiger capturing his 5th green jacket 16 years after capturing his 3rd. I mean, it was drama at its finest. I mean, Dustin Johnson there today. Molinari made 2 mistakes that cost him the championship, the one at 12 and the one at 15. I mean, you had Brooks Koepka, you had Jason Day. You had, like I said, for a while, Tony Finau. I mean, it was drama at its finest, however, and definitely the rating tower. I mean, for being breakfast at Augusta, however, even though the storm was coming in, however, I think they got a good crowd watching it this morning. I think a lot of people were tuned in all day to watch the green jacket ceremony. Like I said, it didn't end until about 2:30, 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Yeah, I caught. I mean, I'll be honest. Ooh, it sounds like there's some wind out there. I guess it might be. I might be. What do you call it? Raining down here. Or I kind of felt that. I tuned in time to watch. I think it was. 12 or 13, and then I was like, wow. I'm like, hey, Tiger's in the tie. He was like a couple shots back of the Italian, and then like I said. And then obviously I was working in and out of the rooms. But then when Tiger took the lead, and I think it was either on 15 or 16, he took the lead on that. I stopped what I was doing and I said, screw it. I'm watching the rest of this. So, nothing is going to get done. I'm going to watch I mean, when Tiger's winning the Masters, and everybody's
Yeah.
like, "Well, Tiger ain't going to do nothing anymore," and that's not me. I honestly didn't think it was iffy whether he was going to win another major, but the way he played today, he has the same vigor and vitality that he had years ago. He's about 3 or 4 behind Jack. If he continues to play the way he played this year, he may still yet catch Nicklaus and be the definitively best player ever to play the game. And, hats off to him if he does that.
Oh, no question. I mean, he's the second oldest guy at 43, right behind Jack at 46 to win a major. However, I mean, no one said at the beginning of the week, oh, everyone had your usual suspects, Rory McIlroy, Ricky Fowler, DJ. Everyone said, oh, those guys are fine. And then they didn't mention Tiger. But like I said, I think after, like I said, Friday, you started to think, Tiger has an outside chance at the damn tournament. And sure enough, how he stepped on the gas and let it go, however. But there were guys chasing him all over the course. But he just kept it simple. He kept it calm. And the scene at the end, however, with his son there, Sam, and his mom, that was very cool. But I'll tell you the wildest story I heard of the Masters this week. Some guy in Vegas, I'm sure you heard this story, and it's on ESPN now. Some guy put an 85 grand bet on Tiger, however, at 14-1 at some sports book in Vegas. He came out 1.2 million ahead of that, which is pretty damn sweet when you think about it, though.
Now, it was $85,000?
85 grand. Yep, 85,000. Turned it into 1.2 million.
Well, good for him. But I mean, if I had $85,000 sitting around with me, I wouldn't have to worry about paying off this edition. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I hear you. But other than that, however, like I said, the real story here is, of course, of the hockey team. And, of course, this week, I think we'll know this week. The preseason was announced already this last week with the NFL. However, I think this week we'll know this week which games are going to be in prime time, which ones are not. I think they'll probably announce that Wednesday or Thursday because the draft's 2 weeks away. So we'll find out, however, probably later this week, however, who's playing who in the big prime time games of the year.
I tell you what, man, if I'm available and around, and if I, like I said, if there's anything that's up there in Pittsburgh, as they say, depending upon how much, and then depending upon if you can lay your hands on it, I'd go as an observer. Now, granted, it would have to be a game that, like, maybe a Monday night game or a Thursday night game or a Saturday game that I'm not already accounted for, or if I'm within spitting distance. Like, for example, if Pittsburgh is playing, on like a Saturday, if the Raiders are playing in New York on Sunday, something like that, I'd like to get up there, or maybe on our off week. But then again, that's probably going to be after we come back from England. So we'll see what's going on there. I'd like to catch a game with you there, Jared. It'd be nice.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Like I said, I think the plan is the Steelers are going to probably, I mean, they've been saying for the last 3 weeks, I think it's almost a guarantee Pittsburgh's going to get New England in the first week on that Sunday night game. Because, I mean, we've got Green Bay and Chicago already committed to Thursday. So I'm sure now the NBC people are saying to Pittsburgh, hey, we want Ben and Brady Sunday night television. That's what we want to see. We want to see Juju. We want to see no Gronk, but we want to see Juju. And we want to see like I said, the Patriots and the Patriots are again on a Sunday night television game. But like I said, we'll find out later this week which primetime games are available and which ones aren't available. But like I said, it's going to be interesting. And of course, we got the draft next week. I keep hearing everyone keeps saying. I mean, I sent you a couple of things and I put it in the account. I think there's people saying that Mayock's now debating on what to do at number 4. What's he going to do with that 4th pick? I mean, everyone keeps saying, oh, he's going to go after that running back from Alabama. Everyone keeps saying Kyler Murray's going to be first off the board with Arizona. Everyone has him going to the Jets. Everyone thinks San Francisco at number 2. We don't know yet. Yeah,
I was going to say the one gentleman that was a Giants fan was saying that the Giants were getting ready to move up to number 1. And by the way, I have to say it. If you want to knock out my boy Jared, the number to knock him out is 813-699-0834. Not that I don't enjoy talking to Jared, but I do give everybody at least 5 minutes. 813-699-0834. So go ahead. Mayock, what do you think what are you thinking on that? I think that the Raiders, depending upon if Williams is there, if Allen is there, I think they got to go with one of them. There's even saying that maybe Bosa's going to be there. I don't know. But
no,
if there's,
I think you need Allen. I think Allen fits the bill perfectly. I think the way, if I'm doing my top 5 right now, this is just only a week and a half, 2 weeks away, and I could change it again next week. But I think at 1, Arizona is going to probably take Bosa. 2, it's going to be someone like probably Gary from Michigan. Number 3, however, I can't see the Jets go after Murray. Murray's going to slide all the way down, probably into below 6. However, like I said, Haskins going to be 6. I still think Oakland at 4 will take Allen. I think Allen's the safe bet at 4. Like I said, I think that would be the perfect fit for him at number 4.
Well, apparently there is some, there is some storms coming on here where I'm sitting in Tampa. My TV has frozen at 5 minutes and 48 seconds to go in the 3rd period. So I'm kind of like frozen on TV, have no clue what's going on, but that's the way it is. You know,
it's still 2-1. I'm looking at the scoreboard here. I mean, we're getting rain up here too, and mine has. I don't have mine frozen, but I'm looking at the scores right now. You got Columbus still up a goal, Winnipeg up 2 after 2, and then coming up in about a half hour, 45 minutes, you got Vegas and San Jose from Vegas, however, in Game 3 in that series.
Okay. So now you're obviously a Pens fan.
Yes.
Why are the Pens getting their asses kicked by the Islanders, shipmate? I mean, your views as to what's going on.
Because Gino, Crosby, and Getzel are just not getting enough. They're making too many penalties, and Gino and Crosby and Kessel and Letang and all those guys, they're not getting enough shots on goal. I mean, this goalie, is just absolutely stoning them at every turn. They're taking too many dumb penalties. They did that Friday night. Today they didn't do as much, but Murray's trying to he's just been very inept this year in the postseason. But like I said, Friday night, however, they made too many dumb penalties that cost them the game. They could have been in this game today. They were right there 2-1. And then in the 3rd period, New York just stepped on their throat and just put them down to the ice. And like I said, this is a must-win game now coming up on Tuesday night. If they don't, it's already an early summer for them.
That's right. Now, is Malkin playing or is he still injured?
Malkin's been back in the line, but he just has not been the same since he's returned from injury, which is very unusual because you thought when he came back from injury he would have been ready to go. I think that's the thing. They missed a real big type, I wouldn't say Goonish type player, but they had a good defenseman a few years ago, Carl Hagelin, who's now in Washington. They traded him out to L.A., and then he goes from L.A. to Washington. They missed that Hagelin type guy. But like I said, Crosby's been so quiet. Letang's been quiet. Kessel, I think, who's going to be dealt away this summer. His contract's up in I think this year or next. I think Jim Rutherford's going to ship him out the door. So, I mean, there's been some changes coming for the Penguins this summer.
Okay, final word. Penguins are out?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's all but over. The Islanders are just too damn good right now. They're playing as good as any team right now. And right now they're just looking better than ever. And like I said, if the Penguins can win this one on Tuesday and at least salvage one win, I'll be surprised. But I just think the Islanders want to just put them in a hole and just keep them down until next October or this October. Okay,
well, always good talking to you there, Jared. I appreciate your views, appreciate your viewership, appreciate your subscription. Get some more people over here, shipmate. That's what I'm wanting from you.
Oh, I'm working on that. Don't worry. And I'll be in touch with you sometime this next week or so.
And again, you know what we're working on as well because I still got that. There you go.
Yeah, I'm seeing my buddy this week about that, so I'll talk to him about that for you too.
Okay. Hey, thanks again, Jared. You take care, shipmate.
You too. Bye.
All right. That's my boy, Jared in Pittsburgh. Hey, Pittsburgh calls in. You guys get the conversation you want. This is, you don't know jack about sports. You could ask Captain Jack as well, but that's on the other channel or the other show, I should say, on the other night. I guess everybody's getting rained on. Wow. Now it went to a Game of Thrones challenge as I shouldn't have said that because I might have just lost all my audience. Tommy Beard, you are on now. You're saving me, man. Make sure you get some viewers in here. I don't want everybody to go over to GOT. And I'll be honestly say this, and I'll admit it. I've seen one episode of Game of Thrones. One episode of Game of Thrones was the very first episode. I saw it in like season 4, and I never went back to it. So when Game of Thrones ends, I'm just going to have to binge watch and get caught up. So don't tell me anything. Go on, Tommy. What's going on with you?
I've never watched a episode of Games of Thrones.
Okay. Well, it wasn't bad. I mean, it's kind of like when the Sopranos were on. If you wanted to be intelligent sounding at the water cooler at work, you kind of had to follow what was going on. But I like sci-fi / fantasy in that realm, so it's not bad, but it's like I just never got into it, but I will one of these days. So what's good with you there, Tommy B?
Nothing much. I just want to congratulate Tiger of his finally back on top. Didn't really watch a whole lot of the Masters up until today. I did check in yesterday. I wanted to, but yesterday was really busy. Did follow it on my phone. Got home to see the last bit and noticed that Tiger had a chance to win it. So I made sure I got up in time this morning and got done what I needed to get done so I could actually stay there and watch it all. I actually watched all of it. And he personally, I think later it got into the Masters, he started to get into a couple of the guys' heads.
He did.
You just seen that they knew Tiger was pretty much Tiger, and they were trying to take chances that probably they shouldn't have.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that when Tiger was on top, and he played those shots. In fact, he had that one really nice shot, and I was watching it. And I can't remember what hole it was on. I think it might have been 16, where he's about 50 or 70 feet away, and he had that long curved shot, and it's
the tee shot at 16, and he literally almost had a hole in one.
No, not that one. I'm talking about the one where he's on the green, but he's at the very far end of the green, and it was a long curve that almost drained into the hole. And I was like watching, and I was like, wow, he read it. It was like 70 feet, something like that. It was amazing. Amazing shot.
16, he had was almost a hole in one. And actually, the dude that took the lead when Tiger was on, was it 14? Yeah. The one guy actually hit 16 and had a hole in one at 16.
Yeah. I saw that. He almost held that one, and it was wonderful that he stuck it. I think it was about 2 feet from the hole. Correct?
Something like that.
Yeah,
it was the tee shot. It's where they took the tee shot.
Yeah, it was a great shot. I mean, when I saw that, I'm like, he's winning this. There is nothing that is going to
go Columbus.
Yeah, I was going to say, if in case you're not watching, my TV just came back on. Columbus is definitely winning this game. They're going to be up 3-0. If you're a Lightning fan, and again, I'm a Lightning rooter, which is different than being a Lightning fan. I'm a Flyers fan. I'm a Lightning rooter, but the Lightning are taking a dirt nap real soon. I mean, they're gonna be hitting the links next week.
Yeah. I am shocked at this.
Yeah, well, it's amazing that the Lightning are down 3-0, that the Penguins are down 3-0. These are the two of the four best teams in hockey, and this
is why I try to tell people that don't get all excited and all happy because they won the President's Cup. Because I said, I've been there with the Capitals. When the Capitals ran away with the East, they won the damn President's Cup. Then they turned around and we got Pittsburgh in the damn first round and lost in 6.
Yeah.
Or we lost in 5. Or we turned around and got swept.
Yeah.
I said, I've seen this story before.
That's right. I said, winning the President's Cup doesn't mean diddly squat. Doesn't mean jack, if you're going to use my word. It don't mean jack. Hey, it's a nice to have, but it don't mean jack, using me, unless you win it all. So again, now the East is really I mean, the Islanders looking strong. Columbus is looking strong. I mean, the Capitals are still of the teams that are still in it. The Capitals are the best of the East right now. The Bruins.
And we talked about this earlier.
Right.
I'm telling you, watch out for this Islander. I did not think, but that Islanders team, and I don't know if Jimmy's in or not, but that Islanders team kind of worries me for next. If we can get past Carolina, I think we will. But weirder things have happened.
Yeah.
But Barry Trotz knows how to get into knows the Capitals very well, and I still am aggravated that we didn't bring him back.
That's right.
I thought what we did to him was disrespectful.
Well, I'm not gonna add on you. By the way, Tommy has his requisite 5. So if you want to bounce Tommy, if you want to knock him out, the number is 813-699-0834. I want to make sure to say hi. Mike Arline's in the house. Good to hear from him. Jerry D was talking to me about there's no comparison between The Sopranos and Game of Thrones. I got it. No, as far as must-see TV, though, Game of Thrones is this era's Sopranos, and that everybody is watching it. Okay,
I don't know about that.
Most
The Walking Dead's up there. The Walking Dead is up there.
True. And you know what? I've seen like maybe about 5 episodes of The Walking Dead. The
Walking Dead's my show. That is one show. The Walking Dead is one show that I check in on, make sure I watch. I do like that.
Okay, I want to say hey to everybody on Facebook that came in. Looks like Ruben is there, Bob Noel, Hector and Abe, Alan Bourne, Josie, Carrillo, and Jason Nava, Shannon Barker. Love my Shannon Barker. Love my wenches. Rocky Rago as well. If you are on Facebook, please come over to YouTube. Better sound, better picture. Better sound, better picture. The YouTube link is up above, youtube.com/C/Captain Jack Rackham Levy. Hopefully, I got over 200 subscribers now, hopefully. Oso's in the house with the Nation Booster Club. Oso's on a Game of Thrones way better than Walking Dead and The Sopranos. See, everybody has their views. Oso has his. Jerry D is definitely a Sopranos guy. Matt Marinovich says Walking Dead is running out of steam. I think so. Walking Dead's been on, about 7-8 years, correct?
They're in their 8th or 9th season.
I mean, how much more content can you have for X amount of people walking around trying to survive with a bunch of zombies killing them? I mean, I'm sure they're
goes even further. If they go by the comics, there's at least another 3 to 4. Don't quote me, but I believe there's at least another 3 to 4 seasons to go.
I can't see that. I really can't. I mean,
the comics book goes for it, and I like the way they do this with it keeping with the comics. They're not going out of sorts. They're not taking it out of what's not in there.
Okay.
I do like the way they're doing that.
Well, again, I'm not a watcher. I'm not a walker either.
I hope you're not a walker.
Either a zombie or a White Walker. So there you go. I put them two together.
But you might be a walker. You are a gay turd fan. So that means who knows with that.
You know what? If anybody else, I just bounce you right now, man. I bounce you right.
Oh, don't worry. I got more to come. I'm waiting till closer to August. Don't worry. Big Elmy's already been talking.
Okay.
I got a slew. I'm just waiting closer to time. It's always spring practice.
I know. In fact, I did record it, but then I'm like, I got to get rid of it. I'm like, why do I care? Because it's blue versus orange. I don't care. The best are going to play. Now, we had two practice. We had the practice game yesterday, and then the main one is, I guess, Saturday, the 20th would be this coming Saturday up in Orlando. Okay. Thanks to Brian and Beto and Jerry White for coming aboard. Jerry White actually joined me on Facebook and went over to YouTube. Thank you. If you're on Facebook, please come over to YouTube.
I will say this. 7 out of 8 games, the University of Miami has won. We have won more in the series. We owned it 28 to 26.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just saying.
And
it'd have been worse than that if they would have played us. But Spurrier and all them guys didn't want to play us because, they want to catch that L.
I tell you what, I am of the mind. I don't care. I can give a rat's ass what the series is. It's what have you done for me lately? And when the Gators played the Canes, the last time they played the Canes, who won, Tommy?
We won.
The last time?
Because I was there. It was 2013 in Miami at the old, it's the Rock now. I can't think what it was called. That damn thing's changed so many names, it's not funny. Miami won because Duke Johnson had a game-winning touchdown run in Miami, won 21-16.
Okay.
In 2013 because I flew down for the game.
Okay. Well, then that's all that matters. Then I must have been mistaken because I remember being out in Oakland watching the Gators whoop up on the Canes. And I'm not sure what year that was. But it was early in the year because I remember watching with glee when the Gators won. That's all that cares.
We won the one before that. We won even more convincingly because it was in the Sugar Bowl.
Okay, I want to see that
because we beat your asses in. We beat your asses in the streets on Bourbon Street.
Okay.
Then beat your ass in the stadium.
And Tommy Beard, that's enough of Tommy Beard. Love you, brother. Call back another time. Take care. I got to let go of Tommy. Got to let go of Tommy. When it starts getting Kane. Love you, brother, but you know what? There's only so much crap I'm going to take. Love Tommy Beard, but you know what? There's only so much Kane crap I can take. I'm sure you understand. But Tommy and I are looking to hopefully come up and because he's a Red Sox guy. If Jerry D finds us some tickets, we're going to go up. We're going to go up and watch Yankees Red Sox. But that's if Jerry D can do. Bob Money of the Frisco's Oakland Traders. Bob, nice. Welcome to the program. That's your opinion. Let's put it this way, Bob. I've been a Raiders fan since '72 in Philadelphia. So to me, they're not the Traders. Okay, I'm a Raiders fan, shipmate. But that's me. What about your Niners? You can talk about your Niners. You can call in 813-699-0834. I mean, if that's your comment, that's lame. That's lame. Who do I think the Niners drafted to? There you go. Some intelligent conversation. Thank you, Bob. I think it's either going to be Bosa or Quinnen Williams, depending upon the Cardinals. If the Cardinals end up taking Murray, I think that the Niners will be smart in getting Nick Bosa. The issue is, I don't know whether you've been watching this, Bob, but did you notice that Nick Bosa's social media has toned down considerably in the last couple months because he was a definitive right wing, I dare say, just really, really super right wing, hawkish, pro-Trump, anti, liberal aspects. And then he's toned it down because he says, hey, I might be going to San Francisco, which is smart on his part. But I think that Nick Bosa or Quinnen Williams is the best pick for the Niners. I think so. So there's your answer. Nick Bosa, I think, will probably go out there. Who do you think, Bob? Why don't you call in? It'd be good talking to you. 813-699-0834. Jerry White says, would the Raiders go 10-6, 11-5, make the playoffs? What Gruden think of Carr then? Well, obviously, this is one of those things where, everybody is just waiting to see how Carr plays this year. Because I tell you, if the Raiders are smart, and I think that they will be. Welcome, Mern, as well on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, please come over to YouTube. Because YouTube is where it's at. It's where I'm going to be doing my shows during the season. Okay? I'm going to be doing my shows during the season. Bosa, yeah, I know. That's why I said Bosa has cleaned up his social media because he knows that he needs to tone it down. Okay? And that's smart because – actually, I should say it would have been smarter if he wouldn't have been so extreme in the beginning anyway. But you know what? I at least give him his props for speaking his mind. That's the way it is. And by the way, I apologize. Mike Arline asked what I thought about the kid that we picked up, the Raiders from the AAF. And it's not Randall L., but it's something L. Haven't really seen a lot out of him as far as his career-wise, but he's a good kind of like slot receiver, very quick, good for special teams, punt returner, kick returner, special team gunner. Good ability from what I've read about him. It's a good pickup, but whether he sticks or not remains to be seen. Do I think AB is a cancer? Another good question from Bob. I think that the Raiders are going to have to deal with his social media. But here's the thing. John Gruden is not Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin kind of let the people go in that locker room, which is why, and I think Jared would probably attest to this, that Mike Tomlin is his own worst enemy. And I've said this on many a broadcast, that his expiration date was a couple years ago. And I think that depending upon how well or how not so well the Steelers do this year, this should be one of the near-end seasons for Mike Tomlin. Getting back to AB, as long as AB produces and doesn't wreck the locker room too much, because there's going to be some, I don't want to say dissension, but there's going to be some issues in the locker room. But as John Madden said it years ago, the greatest deodorant for a team is winning. As long as the Raiders are winning, you're not going to hear about it or see much about it if the Raiders are winning with the product that they have with Antonio Brown and Terrell Williams and whoever they pick up at or put out there at tight end. If their running game is good, if Crowell is that running back that the Raiders have needed for a while, I think it'll be okay. Tommy Beard, thanks for coming back. AB not the issue in Pittsburgh. And again, it's a matter of Antonio Brown having his say and a matter of, Le'Veon Bell. It wasn't just one or two guys. There's other guys. And, I mean, there's issues with Ben Roethlisberger. There you go. Tommy and me saying it at the same time, great minds thinking alike. But thanks again there, Bob. Line is open. AB and Burfict are bringing the attitude back to the Raiders. Yeah, it's true because, again, isn't it amazing that the Antonio Brown and Vontaze Burfict, who obviously hated each other when one was in Pittsburgh and the other one was in Cincinnati, but now that they're teammates – the way it is. I mean, I was listening to let me get his name right. It's the local sports talk here. Guy is a Canadian offensive lineman, played for the Bucks, and his name is escaping me right now. and I can't remember his name. But anyway, he was telling me that when he was traded or signed on with the New York Jets, okay, and he had a guy that he played against the New York Jets that hated him, okay, hated him. And because I don't say he played dirty, but he played to the whistle and beyond, and maybe gave a little extra something when he was blocking him. So when he got to the Jets locker room, and this defensive lineman came up to him and said, "Hey, are you?" And I got the guy, Ian Beckles. There you go, Ian Beckles. So he went to Ian Beckles and said, "Hey, are you Beckles, a guy that played for the Bucs?" He goes, "Yeah, it is." And the guy stuck out his hand and shook and said, "Welcome to the team." Here's the thing. When you're teammates, it's different. It's different. And you play together because there's less dissension. I mean, you might not really like the guy, but he's your teammate. So you're going to play as a team, good team, shall we say. There's not going to be that much of that issues within the locker room. So we'll see what happens. But again, welcome your Bob Money. Thanks for your issues here. Welcome to the program. I like to hear from everybody. Line is open. There's only so much Tommy I can take. Line is open, 813-699-0834. Let's see if we've had any more. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the YouTube. If you're over here on YouTube, hopefully you'll subscribe. Thank you. You'll get the views of when I come on and do. Again, good volume, good camera work. It's not like last time. Again, technical issues. But, hey, at least the backup camera was working. If you're on Facebook, thanks for coming over. Again, enjoy everybody here. But, again, when I'm going to the games, and I'm only going to be broadcasting on one, it's going to be YouTube. As of right now. As of right now, it's going to be YouTube. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, line is open, 813-699-0834. We were talking about the playoffs, like I said, looking like the Lightning are going to get swept. And again, I mean, it doesn't really matter what you do in the regular season is what you do in the playoffs because it's a tournament. Best of 7. Got to win 4 games. And crazy stuff happens. Now, I will say that, with the Lightning getting their butts kicked the first 2 games, and they had one of their best players, Kucherov, was out tonight with a suspension. And the Norris Trophy winning, the best defenseman in hockey, Hedman, was out with an injury. So, I mean, you're down 2 games anyway, and then you're without 2 of your best players, or 2 of your top 3 players are out. That's going to hurt. What's your opinion on former players turning on A-Rod? It depends upon if it's in the locker room or not. And I'll tell you what, I'll get to that, Jerry. Remind me on that. I'm going to get this call. Doc, how you doing, shipmate? Thanks for coming aboard.
Doing pretty good. How you doing tonight, there, Captain Jack?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I mean, I'm glad somebody called because I can talk a lot, but you know what? It's much more entertaining when we are having a conversation. Trust me. When I did these shows in Gitmo by myself, I could talk for 2 hours, but it's better when there's 2 people talking. Trust me, it makes the time go much faster. How you doing, shipmate?
Doing pretty good. Just trying to avoid these little heavy storms we're heading up this way. We've got storm system come up here, and we just had tornado watch after tornado watch, but nothing's hit, so that's good.
Keep on the safe side, shipmate. That's the important thing.
Oh, we're good up here in the mountains. You usually don't get big ones up here. Kind of question for you on the preseason.
Sure.
Has the schedule come out for us yet? And did that trip to Canada come to fruition yet? Or are we going to be playing our games in Canada?
No. The Raiders are playing 3 of their 4 preseason games are going to be away from Oakland. The game against, I believe it's against the Packers, is TBD. It's going to be at a neutral site, but it's not going to be in. It's not going to be in Oakland. I believe that they're looking for a site, a neutral site. Why? I don't know exactly, but I think it's
save money.
Well, yeah. I mean, bottom line is it's a money thing. I mean, other than money, what the other reasoning behind it was, I don't know, but that was supposed to be the game that went to Canada, and I can't remember exactly where in Canada they were thinking about having it be, but it fell through. There is no Canada preseason game. Check me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was the game with the Packers. So I don't think it's going to be in Green Bay. I don't believe it's going to be in Green Bay. It's supposed to be at a quote-unquote neutral site. Where that will be, do not know. Tommy Beard just says that the regular season schedule is going to come out on the 18th. So that's in 4 days. So that'll be good to know. I mean, actually, what is that? 14, 15, 60, 70, you can say I'm old. I'm counting on my fingers.
That's Thursday.
Thursday. There you they have like, when the hell is the 18th?
End of Lent. I know that one because that's end of Lent, and I can start having snack foods again because I gave that up for Lent.
Okay. Well, I was trying to think of what day it was. So with Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So in 4 days, yeah, Thursday, which obviously would be cool because it'll come out before the show, so we can talk about the schedule. We should be able to talk about the schedule. That's going to be the first thing that we do on the show on Thursday is talk about the schedule. I remember a year ago when I was doing a two-man show with somebody who shall remain nameless, and we went over the schedule as soon as it came out, and in my mind, I had us at about 6-10, and people were pissed off at me. But when we did the schedule and we figured out how all the games, the gentleman that was sitting next to me had us at like 11-5, and I had us at 10-6. And I can't fathom why that I went from pre-schedule to 6-10 to 10-6. And of course, we all know what happened. I mean, it was a debacle after that. But we'll talk about that. That'll be one of the main things that we talk about is we'll go over, and I'm going to ask everybody that comes onto the show. I said, give me your prognostication as to what the Raiders or your team, like I said, if Jared calls, I want to have him give me his prognostication as to what the Steelers are going to do. Bob Money, if you're still watching, and hopefully you are, Bob Money, I want you when the schedule comes out, because you know who the teams are going to be, but maybe it's a matter of sight and, early on in the season, I want to know what the Niners are going to do with that schedule. So like I said, I would like to probably do it maybe, pre-draft, obviously, and then come back and look at it again post-draft, because then you see a little bit more of the pieces that you're going to have on your team and how they fit into your line of thinking on that. So we'll do that. We'll do that. Tommy Beard says about 7:00, and then we'll see what happens. But again, we'll get that schedule out, and we'll see what we prognosticate. And I want to hear what you got, Doc, obviously as well. So obviously, stay safe up there, and
we're pretty safe up here.
Okay.
Another thing I was really thinking about too was, I know it's not really a Raider question, but it's going to affect us, is has anyone heard anything what's going on with Tyree Hill and the Child Protective Service case? Because we saw what happened to Adrian Peterson. Is it possible he might not even play this year? Yeah.
I mean, that was a big issue. I want to say about 3 weeks ago. It's been a while. And it's kind of, there's been nothing since. Obviously, if it comes up that he has just as much of a linkage to an offense, then obviously the Chiefs have stated prior with Kareem Hunt what they view that with. So if they're going to use the Kareem Hunt example, if there are issues with Tyreek Hill, I fully expect the Chiefs, if they're worth assault, not assault. Okay, let me make sure I get that correctly enunciated. If they are worth a salt, that they would cut Tyreek Hill. But we'll see what happens on that. But I haven't seen anything else. But I tell you what, losing Hill is going to hurt that offense because, again, that's the guy that goes and just you go over the top and it gets everything else available underneath. That is why Travis Kelce just eats our lunch, even though we haven't been able to cover a tight end in 20 years anyway. But
well, he definitely stretches defenses with his speed.
Right, and then it leaves everybody else available underneath. Now they did lose. I can't remember if they lost. I know they lost one of their receivers in free agency. I can't remember which one it was. If it was the kid that played, I think it was the kid that used to play at Florida, and he went to. I think he might have went to Jacksonville. I can't remember the other kid that played wide receiver. So if they lose Hill and that guy, that's going to severely limit their offense in that respect. Now, here's the other thing. If Tyreek Hill gets bounced after the draft and the Chiefs don't think ahead prior and pick up a wide receiver in this draft that maybe one that would drop to them, then they're not thinking ahead. And or maybe they were thinking of maybe picking up one of these, because remember, this draft is very rich in tight end. This draft is very rich in defenders, both defensive tackle and defensive ends. Conley to Jacksonville. There you go. I knew it was thinking correctly. Thanks, Tommy. If there is people that they were looking to get and they think, well, you know what, we should have gotten big hacksaw Braskowitz, who played, defensive tackle, but we have to go and get Joey Fleet Feet out of the University of Missouri Temple Baptist because he ran the quickest 40 and he's going to help us in this draft. So they, just by the fact that they have to plan for maybe picking up a receiver, means that they're not going to get one of those players that they might wanted to get prior to the incident with Hill. So it's going to affect them. And Jimmy Farrell came back. Why did he keep saying my Bolts? My Bolts. They're not my Bolts. I'm rooting for them. I'm rooting for the Bolts, okay? My Flyers did not make the playoffs. The Bolts who I'm rooting for are in serious trouble, yes. And oh, by the way, Jimmy Farrell, okay, and that's both actually more Tommy Beard than I, but Tommy Beard expressed that the Islanders are going to be a very, very tough team. So those are your Islanders possibly playing Tommy's Capitals while my Flyers are watching TV with the people that I root for, the Tampa Bay Lightning. That's the clarification, okay? Just a side note, laughing out loud, ha ha, my Bolts. Sorry, Doc.
Well, that's all right. Well, my team's totally out. So you know who I'm rooting for now?
Who?
Mayhem, the guy from the commercial. I just want to see a bunch of mayhem. I want to see a lot of topsy-turvy and a lot of people upset.
Hey, I'm here to rob your house.
Just watching it.
I'm here to rob your house. What? There you go. I'll root for Mayhem. Did you know that he had a series on CBS a couple years ago where he was a cop up north? I actually thought it was a good series. It lasted a year and then it got canked. what the actor that plays Mayhem, and good actor.
Yeah.
But the series got canked. I actually watched the series because of him being Mayhem, and I actually liked it, but it didn't last. But go ahead there, Doc.
Yeah, well, I think not only should we do what we think after the draft, but I like to do maybe a third one, what we do after we see our final 53-man roster is.
Okay.
Because I think what we see and who we keep in preseason may be important to see who's gelling and who's not. Because we did not gel with the defense the first half of the season at all.
Yeah. Well, remember, though, we didn't gel offensively or defensively because Gruden's offense, and I kept telling people this as well, it takes a good year minimum to pick up Gruden's offense, okay? And that's from OTAs and the practices and then, preseason into the season. It takes a good year or close to it to get Gruden's system down. And that's why, Carr was playing better at the end of the year because he was still getting the system down. Tommy and Jimmy definitely are going to talk about some hockey. And then I'm watching the Vegas intro there. We'll see what they do, but hey, that's another year away there, Jimmy Farrell. All of the hoopla for the Vegas Raiders. We'll see. But go ahead there, Doc.
Well, I think our O-line hurt us more on gelling on offense than anything. We had 2 rookie tackles. We had quite a few injuries and people not getting to play long. And we had some players playing hurt.
Yes.
I think our line Philly was devastated last year. I think now that we really took steps to solidify our line and actually get a little bit of depth, I think we'll be better. I
think so.
I think that, and if you can, and what's the old saying, you can't throw a touchdown from your ass.
That's right.
Well, I mean, Derek Carr was doing a lot of quick checkdowns. Why? He didn't have much time back there in that pocket.
That's right. And again, and I was saying, are you quoting me? Can't throw a touchdown from your ass. Thank you there, Shipper.
Yes, I am quoting you.
Thank you.
You said it.
I said it various times.
I listened to your wisdom.
Score points for Doc Burdett. Thank you there, Shipmate. Yeah, you can't throw it from your ass. And then I don't know who this guy is. That's a big boy.
But if you're a New York Jet, you can fumble it from an ass.
You can do an ass fumble. Yes, but just make sure that – well, thank God the Raiders have 2 really decent backups, and we don't have to worry about Mark Sanchez being our backup quarterback. By the way, and I got to say it, if you want to knock out Doc Burdett, and it's been a while, I apologize. We enjoy each other, but the line is open for you to knock out Doc Burdett, 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. We've been on over an hour, almost 110, so I'm enjoying it. But the line could be open. The line could be done. And by the way, if you're on Facebook, thanks for coming in. Let's see who I've James Valdivinos, King Louis Zavala. Good to see you there, shipmate. Clem Cowan, Jason Snell, thank you for being here. If you are watching me on Facebook, thank you. Please come to YouTube. The YouTube, site is listed above. Better video, better audio, way better audio. You can definitely have better sounds, better picture. So I tell you, Doc, one last out the door, okay? Who's going to take, other than Mayhem, who's your pick to come out of the East this year in hockey?
I hate to say it. I think Washington Capitals.
Okay. I'm going to let you go because Jimmy Farrell is there. All right, brother. You take care. Jimmy Farrell, I knew you were going to be calling. What's going on, shipmate?
What's up, Captain?
Hey, we were talking about you. I'm sure your ears were burning because we were saying we haven't heard from Jimmy Farrell tonight. And
I'm here.
Yeah, well, I know you are. And we knew that we were going to hear from you because the Islanders. In fact, if you missed it, actually, Jared, our boy from Pittsburgh, was talking about about just the Islanders just totally beating the snot out of the Penguins and how much better they are. And Tommy Beard, too, like I said that the Islanders are going to be a very, very tough team to play in these playoffs. So again, if the Islanders beat the Pens and the Capitals take care of the Hurricanes, I think.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think the Capitals got to beat. Oh, Vegas just scored.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. Yeah, Vegas is 1-up on the San Jose Sharks. I had to see who the hell they were playing. But go ahead.
I think the Capitals are going to beat Carolina.
Yeah,
I think they're just too good.
I think so.
Yeah.
Matt thinks that the Caps have the experience, but the Islanders have the hot hand. It's a lot of it is, and again, who's playing goalie for the Islanders?
Robert Leonard.
Who?
They got him from Buffalo.
Never heard of him.
Leonard?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got him from Buffalo, which I don't know if you heard the story about him.
No, talk to me.
He's got bipolar, and he had like a drinking problem.
Okay. Well,
and he was, he needed some help, and he got help, and and look where he is. He's one game away from the second round.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, as I say, and this is me, a hot goalie will take you far.
And defense.
Well,
defense.
True, but a hot goalie will make your defensemen play over their heads. And I will tell you this, based upon, and I watched it years ago, and I'm going to bring up the Lightning only because I watched it with Hobby Bullen. When Hobby Bullen was the goalie for the Lightning when they won their Stanley Cup years ago, Hobby Bullen was standing on his head, and there was nothing getting by. When Bernie Parent, and I'm bringing up Bernie, when Bernie Parent won the first two Stanley Cups for the Flyers, the saying was only the Lord saves more than Bernie Parent. And that's true. And the fact that Bernie was doing everything. A good goalie, a hot goalie, will carry you through some playoff wins. So if Leonard is that hot goalie, and obviously the Islanders got some scoring behind it, that's the way it is. Bobrovsky with what is it, Columbus? It's just, and again, the Lightning are the top offensive team in hockey, but Bobrovsky is kicking their ass.
I don't understand what's going on with that team. I'm dumbfounded. I figured they win tonight, but now I don't know how Columbus can lose 4 straight.
No, I mean I have seen it when my Flyers beat the Bruins, and let me get the year right. I was in a portion of the Middle East that I can't say I was in, and it was the year before the Bruins won the Stanley Cup. It was the year that the Saints won the Super Bowl, because I was in that same Middle East country. Whatever year that was, I think it was 2010. I think it was 2010. And
you might be right.
Yeah, I think it was 2010. And like I said, the Flyers were down 0-3. And I remember I had a gal pal that I went to school with, a big Bruins fan. And I was IMing her back and forth, and she was giving me shit, and about how the Bruins were going to do this, and yada yada yada, and the Flyers won 4 straight. It doesn't happen normally. Happen normally. Okay, 09 by Tommy. Thank you there.
Okay.
But there it is. The Bruins lost 4 straight. Now I will almost bet a check. I normally won't bet anything that I can't control. I'm not saying I'm going to bet my paycheck, but I would almost bet a paycheck that there will be no 4 straight comeback by the Tampa Bay Lightning. You know, it's just not going to happen. And the same thing for the Islanders. The Penguins are not going to win 4 straight. They're not going to do it. So the Islanders are going to come up.
What it is that President's Trophy. It's a curse.
It is.
Nine teams have won the Stanley Cup that won the President's Trophy since 1984, I believe, 1985.
Yeah.
You know, that's not many.
No.
That's not many. No.
And it's just a matter of having a hot hand, a hot goalie, and just, you know, when it's a series and you make it to the dance, you know you're in it, and you just play that much. You play that much harder, and it doesn't matter what you do in the regular season. It's what you do in the playoffs.
Right. I'm telling you one thing. Today's game, I really didn't have. I'm going to be honest. I didn't have faith in my team winning today. Main reason because for some reason they don't win on during the days. I don't know what it is. They just don't play well. They just don't win. I don't understand why. I'm shocked what they're doing with Crosby. Crosby hasn't got a point in 3 games. I'm just baffled what they're doing to him.
I love hearing that. I cannot stand Sid the Kid. Cannot stand him. Can't stand him. Did I mention I can't stand him?
And what the Islanders are doing in Pittsburgh is getting into their heads. They're frustrating them. And they're trying to frustrate the Islanders. The Islanders are not taking it. They're not buying it, you know?
By the way, if you want to knock out Jimmy Farrell, the number is 813-699-0834. Not that I don't like talking to Jimmy. I love talking to Jimmy Farrell. I love talking to Tommy. I had to cut Tommy off. He went into his Canes rant. I said, bye, Tommy, got to go. But he was also on for like 15 minutes, so I did at least I did let him go. And Tommy hates Crosby too.
Is he a little nervous about the second round?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, he is.
He is. Yeah, that's what he said. And what he's nervous about is Trotz. He's more worried about what Trotz has in store for the Capitals. It's kind of like Gruden playing the Raiders. You know, Trotz knows what the tendencies are amongst the Capitals because he was with them last year. So that is going to be in the Islanders' favor, that they're going to be able to game plan what they should do against the Capitals. Now, then it all comes down to implementing a scheme and carrying out the scheme. So if the Islanders can do it, great. If not, then obviously the better team is going to win. If the scheme wins and it's Trotz and the Islanders, then scheme beats the team. So we'll see what happens.
Well, he's got a system, and the Islanders are buying a system, and it's working.
That's right.
You know, what they're doing also to Pittsburgh, they out-hustle them. Pittsburgh looks like they're just like going through the motion. Right? The Islanders are like, you know, skating past them.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm so glad that it's up 3-0. The only thing I guess home ice doesn't really matter. I'm just a little concerned about losing home ice the next round. If we get to the next round against, potential Capitals.
Well, I got 1 second. I'm going to try to get some ladies here because I got some people here call into the show, and then this way we can get some ladies, because I love to hear some Raiderettes call in, and so I'm going to do that, and then maybe we get some female gender. Not that I don't love talking to you there, shipmate, but it's always better when we have some ladies call in, and we can talk some sports with them. But again, it's a matter of who is playing to their capabilities, and what happens in the playoffs is you get the hot team that outperforms with a better scheme, and they're going to win. So again, it'll be interesting to see whether Trotz and the Islanders, because they're going to win that series. Whether Trotz and the Islanders will out-scheme the Capitals, or if the Capitals are going to win based upon personnel. Because obviously, and no offense, man, but the Capitals have a better team overall than the Islanders do.
Right. Well, they are the defending champions.
Exactly. You know, and it's not just the Russian. It's not just the goaltender. You know, it's all of the other guys that make up, you know, Yoshi, or I should say Oshie. And then, you know,
Oshie and Nick Carlson.
There you go.
Hagelin.
There you go. Yeah. Hagelin, who has been a major performer for the Capitals that the Penguins wish they still had on their team. So it's those people putting in the effort, and we'll see what happens there.
Yeah. I guess Pittsburgh wish they won that game against the Rangers, the last game of the season.
Yeah,
they wouldn't be facing the Islanders right now.
Yeah. Well, I was being facetious, Tommy. I know it's Alex Ovechkin. I just called him the Russian because it's like, you know, who is it? Ovi? Yeah, Ovi and Oshie. There you go. But yeah, and Ovechkin, you know, when he finally won his cup, it was kind of like he'd been one of the better players in hockey without a Stanley Cup. So he finally got that monkey off his back. Last words, Jimmy. When are the Islanders going to take the Capitals? Are they gonna just win one and done in the series? Your words.
What, with the Capitals?
Yeah. Islanders, Capitals, who you got and in how many games?
I got to go with my team in 7 again.
Okay, in 7. Okay. Tommy Beard, when it gets to that series, and I'm not trying to jinx anybody. I'm not trying to jinx the Islanders. I'm not trying to jinx the Capitals. But when it comes to that series, Jimmy Farrell's on record, Islanders in 7. You heard it there first. I'm going to let you go there, Jimmy.
Okay, later.
All right. That was Jimmy Farrell, my resident Islanders fan. Obviously, Raiders fans or most, I should say, because we have Jared from my Pittsburgh Bubba. So line is now open. We heard from Jimmy Farrell. We heard from Tommy. We heard, who else? We didn't get, we heard from Doc. Love hearing from Doc. And I didn't hear, I don't know who else, but let me see if I can. I need to start writing them down. Ed Winchell would have been great. Oh, Jared, of course. Jared opened up our show. And I tell you, we had Chris Donat in. At least he was making comments. And we heard hopefully the promo music. I don't know whether you got a chance to hear the promo music. I got out music ready to go too. So when we're ready to cut out and when we're ready to shut down, I do have out music. Hopefully it doesn't sound like ass. I remember that when I used to do the music for the shows, because the speakers were so close to the microphone, it was a lot of reverb and heavy bass. It just sounded like ass. I will see what it sounds like. I didn't get a chance to do the sound checks. I did them prior when we were having the audio and the video issues last time. It hopefully it will sound better. It's going to sound a lot better when I put the Bose speakers and involve them. But again, it's just a matter of taking one room at a time. By the way, there's my call. Okay. And who do I got here? 813. I got a local call. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, how you doing, sir? It's motherfucking Frank Jackson.
This is who?
It's Frank.
Frank, hey.
How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How you doing there, shipmate? Good to hear from you.
Oh, just hanging out, chilling around the fireplace, you know. All right.
I like that impersonation. Oh man, and I want to get your number, shipmate, because this way when I lost, damn it, I lost all my. I had my papers here that I would put numbers down.
The hell are you talking about, son? You don't need my number for nothing. Well, why do you need my number?
Well, no, I'm just saying is that this way when you call in again, I could say, hey, it's Frank, and this way I know who it's you.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I probably, we'll see how things go. It's my first time caller here.
It is.
How's it going?
I'm good. So, Frank,
let's not start saving each other's phone numbers just yet. You know what I mean?
I got you. I appreciate the call in, and it's good hearing from you. So, what's on your mind tonight, Shipmate? What you got going on sports-wise for me?
Well, I was curious about your thoughts about, you're a Trump supporter, right?
I don't talk politics on the show, partner.
Oh, okay, I apologize. Well, anyways, from what I heard recently, they're going to be attempting to, put a lot of the funding that's been going into sports into scientific research that will help kids' lives, so that they can live longer. Instead of people putting billions of dollars into sports and entertainment, they'll just, try to save people, through research and everything. You know what I mean?
Okay. So we're talking, I guess it would be like the, what is it? The genetic, what is that? The fetus embryo stuff and things like that is what you're talking about? Medical research like that?
Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. I'm talking about just like regular, like kids that, what if we put all the millions and billions of dollars that we put into fucking sports and entertainment, why don't we put it into scientific research so that we can heal people on Earth instead of living in suffering and pain and suffering,
Okay, well, now you said we. Now you're saying the U.S. government is going to be doing this, but the U.S. government really doesn't have a say as to how they support sports, other than that they're. I know that they were saying that they're not going to put money into, like, say, Special Olympics, and that was a comment that they had the other. Was it like about a week or so ago that they weren't going to put that money into Special Olympics, and then they didn't do it. But then they ended up, going back. So again, if the government does that, sure. So what are your thoughts on that?
I'm wondering how long have you been doing this show?
I've been doing the show, by myself and with other people for over a year.
Wow. And you've only hit like 7 or, I'm just curious, like I kind of found you out of the blue, honestly. And, kind of curious what keeps you going and what really makes it. Do you usually have people call in ever? Or?
Yes, we do have callers call in there, Frank.
Oh, okay. What else? Did you used to be in the Hells Angels?
No, I've never been in the Hells Angels, Frank.
Oh, okay. What about, you got can I see your assortment of, like, things around your desk, kind of? Those things look pretty cool, by the way.
Can you...
what do you talk about whenever you get on the phone? Like, you talk about, like, the Cowboys scored a field goal and they're, ahead of the Raiders by 10 or something. I don't know.
Well, no, so first off, you want to see what's on my desk, okay? There's a bunch of skulls and a pirate memorabilia because, again, I am a pirate captain, and it goes with the Raiders motif. So that's what's on the desk.
A pirate captain?
Yes, a pirate.
Wait, what? Where are you a pirate captain?
It's my persona, Frank.
What?
It's my persona as a Raider fan, Frank.
Oh, I didn't even know you're a Raiders fan. I didn't even Fuck, I must be. I forgot I'm psychic. I pick up on those things out of the blue. Honestly, I didn't know you're a Raiders fan.
You play Santa Claus at Christmas time?
Okay, who's that?
Yeah, do you ever play Santa Claus?
Yes, I have played Santa Claus.
That's my little brother.
Oh, okay. Well, I tell you what, I do allow callers to.
You ever stuck your finger up some little kids' assholes? And
there we go. I was waiting for the call so I can actually bounce them. Like I said, I will have people call in, and again, I give them 5 minutes, and then as soon as I know that they are a weird call, then I will let other folks call in. We have a 907. Who am I speaking to, 907?
Hey, you fucking pedophile. You need to fucking go to jail, okay?
Okay. We had 2 different numbers, same person. Just the way it is. Hey, when you have some, okay. So now we got 415. I'm not going to answer that. Well, not answering it. If there's a real person that would like to talk sports, it'd be great. Otherwise, the line is 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. Franken is, and I kind of thought it was a troll after a couple of minutes, but again, I'm gonna listen to everybody's calls. See what we got here. Now we got an 808 number from Hawaii. I'm going to answer, but we'll see who it is. Let's see if this is a Frank trolling again. Let's see what we got. Yes, can I help you?
Don't say hello.
Hello, yes. May I help you? This is Captain Jack. Who am I talking to?
What's up, man? I like to talk sports. How you doing?
I'm good. Who am I speaking to?
My name is William.
Name is William. Okay, William, what you got for me tonight on the show?
How about those
Who?
Those Raiders.
Okay, yeah. How you doing? We're waiting in the off season there, William. Who do you watch in football out there?
Nobody. I like baseball.
We know everything about your past.
Okay. I kind of thought. Well, unfortunately, now it's Texas. It's amazing. It's amazing. Not going to listen. I know it's a troll. Not going to answer. If you want to talk sports, the number is 813-699-0834. If you are a regular caller, 813-699-0834. It's amazing. It's amazing. But that's why I take numbers down, so I know what the numbers are. And if I have people that are going to be calling in, it's always good to hear from those folks. Line is open, 813-699-0834. I'm Captain Jack. I will talk sports with the best of them. But again, we got trolls. Such is life. But we are get them on the show. Yeah. So this is the 604 from British Columbia. Not answering. It's a shame. It's a shame. But because of this, I can't take a call unless I know the people that are calling. But we've been on for an hour 35. Yeah, trolls amongst trolls. By the way, we are watching the well, at least I am. It is, what time is it? Yeah, it's 10:35. And now we got Toronto, Ontario. Amazing. So just trolls. I don't have to listen to you. But if you want to talk sports, Leroy Jenkins, exposed from what? What am I being exposed of, Leroy? Afraid of being exposed. Exposed of what, Leroy? Leroy Jenkins. Yeah, I know who Leroy Jenkins is. I'm not stupid. Line is open, 813-699. Your past with children. Yeah, I am not a pedophile. That's fine. 813-699-0834. I don't have a past with children there, Leroy. I'm not going to answer your questions. Oh, now I got a number from a one that's one up from my number, 699-0835. So definitely not answering that. Well, it looks like we're going to call it a show tonight. It's a shame, but that's just the way it is. I hope y'all will come back on our next show. Before we had our trolls call, we were having a good show, but that's just the way it is. And good night to you as well. Take care. In fact, I'm going to turn my phone off, and I have to end the show. I will. Y'all take care. Oh, okay. Anyway, we'll see y'all next time on You Don't Know Jack About Sports. Take care, and we'll see y'all for the next show.